We got asked to do something about thumb repairs for a video. So this is a vintage footloose arm. The easiest way to replace a vintage footloose arm that's broken off a thumb and have it sustain the durability the original had is to get a replacement that has the thumb intact. Obviously that's not for everybody, and if you're a customizer, that's probably not the easiest route either. So we'll try something different. Here's a Remco arm, similar to a vintage arm, missing its thumb. Now you could just use knee tight, or you could just use epoxy sculpt, but I learned about something that had a more flexible quality to it, where you use the yellow part of the knee tight with the B part of the epoxy sculpt and come up with a really flexible thing, good for hair, coats, stuff like that. So we're going to try that. Alright, so you have your knee tight and your epoxy sculpt B compound. You're just going to take the yellow from that. I've got water from my fingertips. I got rubber gloves on. It ripped, but tips of my thumb and index are fine, so that's all I really needed to cover. Keeps the fingerprints off. You're going to want to have your tool wet, whatever. I've got the arm in a vice grip just for convenience. So I've got a little bit of gray. Gonna get that wet from the epoxy sculpt. That's probably too much because we're just doing just a little blip for the thumb. And we're going to take a little bit of the yellow. Just the yellow. What I'm going to do is take that ball of kneaded clay or epoxy and just roll it. Till I get like the thickness of a good thumb. And then use my dentist pick that I picked up at a drugstore and just cut off just a little bit longer than you want the thumb to be. That way you have the excess to brush up against the thumb, so it has a little bit stronger hold. Now use your tool to kind of blend it all together. Alright, so it's blended, it's shaped, it's on there. Now you just gotta wait for it to dry and see how it comes out. Alright. Alright, so now you can see the C shape that the thumb makes. You can see how it's kind of blended onto the root there. And now let's try to put a viper rifle in his hand. See if he can hold it. You can see that it bent just a little bit because of the rubbery texture of the epoxy. But it doesn't break off. There you go. One fixed thumb.